remember when we were working leases manually.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
and you remember
worksheets, absolutely.
Worksheets. So,
Yeah.
so it's different now, and obviously we've evolved and learned, and here we are because we've invested in ourselves and we've learned some of these principles and characteristics.
Right.
But more importantly, we walk the walk.
Yeah.
And what we're offering here today as as some suggestions and solutions is because it's worked for us.
Absolutely.
And it's worked for you. So what about my next big one is goal setting, and I'm glad that I asked you to pick them because I probably would have picked the same before.
Okay.
Because I monitor my numbers daily.
Yep.
I have a very extensive worksheet that everybody at work, they either make fun of me of or ask me for a copy of.
Yep.
I have a projection of my income.
Yep.
So every paycheck, I literally insert it, and it tells me my projected income based on my goal.
Yeah, good.
And I also know I'm close to doing 200 vehicles for the year. I'm hoping I get there. That's my big goal. And and this is while doing all of this. You know, like it's not easy to do 200 cars in a premium brand.
Well, I was going to say, if they don't know, you sell Lexus.
Yeah.
That's an outstanding number at a high line.
Yeah. So it's
That's
work.
Outstanding. It sure is.
It's work. And then we left. I mean, I left work to come down here to the studio, and you left, the east end of Toronto, and we both drove an hour and a half in traffic. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's part of our discipline. It's part of our goal setting. We had this goal, and here we are now.
That's right.
So, so effective goal setting. Why is it so essential to one's success, you think?
It has to do with brainwashing yourself, convincing yourself, programming yourself of what you want every day. So you're always reinforcing that. That ties in with the focus and the stubbornness and being super organized and obsessive and competitive, and goal setting fits in with all that. So sooner or later, people have to realize that having written goals and looking at them every day are important. Then you've got to look at your goals and always be self-aware and honest and ask yourself, am I putting in the time or the effort? Do I have the right skills? Am I putting the activities that are going to help me hit this goal? And if not, then you have to either change the goal or you have to get better with the activities. So you start rigging the game so that you're winning all the time, or that you're in a position to win or losing less. But this doesn't happen unless you do it regularly. You just can't New Year's resolution yourself into success, because we know the success rate of that. It doesn't work. It's got to be very, very regular.
Yeah, absolutely. Plan and monitor. I talk about in my book about planning and monitoring objectives. So don't bother setting the goals if you're not going to monitor.
Absolutely.
So you'll probably even forget what you set in the first place. So monitoring is the key in daily. So there's a mindset to goal setting, and so you have to define, so if you're planning your goal, you have to define what the objective is.
Yeah. Make sure it's evidence-based and measurable.
Yes.
Don't just say you want to sell more cars or sell more houses. You have to say, I want to sell this many cars by this date. So you have an evidence-based system, so you know when you're getting close.
So I had here an example.
Yeah.
A goal would be, okay, I want to sell $10,000 in products this month.
Okay.
Or I want to earn $120,000 this year.
Okay,
or this month, or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
So, specific. And then from there, you can work backwards.
Right.
And then you have to have a plan to succeed. How do your goals break down?
Yep.
Quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily goals.
Yeah.
And then third, how to execute that plan.
Right.
So a baseline amount of time, how much time does it take each day? How many people will you call each day? How many emails will you send? How many follow-ups will you do?
Yep. And in as many platforms as you can.
Yeah.
Social media, video, texting, mail, email, face-to-face, phone. Like, take a multi-prong approach.
Yeah.
So you have a better probability of getting a hold of people.
Yeah.
And having an impact based on whatever medium they respond to.
That's right. So you're reinforcing your goals so that you can stay motivated while you're at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So keeping those records, keeping those lists, and successful people all have lists. They know exactly where they stand.
Yes.
Every minute of the day.
Yes, they do.
And that's the key to successful sales super achievers. So we've been on the Reid Method Insider podcast. It's episode 26, folks, with Dwayne Marino, who's authored 3 books. He's a international sales trainer.
Yes.
Being on stage with Joe Girard,
yeah.
Who is one of the all-time greats, if not the, most recent all-time great.
Yeah.
And what else?
Online training. We've got 3,000 videos that people can get to behind our paywall. We have lots of stuff on social media for free.
That's a lot of time. Like
we were talking about that.
1,000 videos.
And growing. I just got a message from my film guy that we had another 15 ready to push onto the website. So, videos are a lot of time and a lot of effort and money, and you know that.
You've done 3,000. I did. I was in studio a couple of weeks ago recording 3 modules. Oh, my God. Just the standing. I got to get used to standing that long.
I know. It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
I started that project when my father was dying.
Wow.
My best friend, and I've got to get up in front of a camera. My first year of filming. It took me 2 years to get the baseline, and I was dealing with that. So, there's never perfect conditions.
I know. And you can wait until the time is so-called perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like you. I was weaving that in between my travel and my work and my father in the hospital and the video in the studio. Like it's just Reid. Go ahead, but it's just there's never a right time, perfect time. Sometimes you just got to do it.
You just got to do it.
Yeah. Suck it up.
And sometimes that's what keeps you going, right?
Yeah.
And helps you to deal with those other adversities.
Big, for me, working out and work have been my 2 distractions when things get tough in my life. And that's been way more productive than alcohol or drugs. Some people go to that, but I go to work and working out, and I usually get a big benefit afterwards.
One actually pays you. The other one costs you a lot.
Lots of ways. Yeah, in lots of ways.
Yeah, so it's not a good idea.
No.
So this has been great. This has been a great episode. Thank you so much. Episode number 26 of the Reid Method podcast. Your feedback to email address, your feedback email address is insider@thereidmethod.com. That's insider, like the Reid Method Insider. Insider@thereidmethod.com with your feedback and suggestions and comments.
Go to my website, folks.
Yes.
Yeah, www.dwaynemarino.com. Subscribe for whatever you want on my social media stuff, and buy my books and CDs and online training, all that stuff, or come to a seminar.
Yeah. So he's got 3 books. You can buy his 3 and buy my 1 book. You have your collection of 4.
Exactly.
To start. Yeah. But we're not here just to talk about selling books or buying books. We really just want to contribute back to our followers or anyone out there seeking, as my podcast brand promise is, for anyone seeking career advancement in sales, personal development, or business development, so that you can take your success to the next level.
That's right.
And check out the podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud, wherever else they have podcasts. I had nothing to do with setting all of that up. So
yeah.
And yes, and stay tuned, guys. We have Tom Hopkins coming back again on December 7th. We're going to be talking about some great things. The subject of that episode will be how to stand out in the crowd. And he's got some great tips on that.
Obscurity is the death of salespeople.
I know, eh?
Nobody can find you. How do they find you?
How do you find? Yeah. So how to stand out in the crowd.
Yeah.
And also about his new book, When Buyers Say No. There'll be lots of great tips in that episode. So stay tuned and check out his other 2 episodes on the. There's episode 21 and episode 23 with Tom Hopkins as well. Check those out for your insights and sales tips. And Dwayne, I want to thank you so much.
Thanks, Everold.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And with this traffic coming out, we now have to go the other way.
That's right. Exactly.
All right.
Good.
So great, folks. You've been listening to the Reid Method Insider Podcast, episode 26. Thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned for the next episode coming up. And send your feedback to insider@thereidmethod.com. Until next time,
thank you.
See ya.
For more information, please visit us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or www.thereidmethod.com.